Performing arts. The Carnival of Humanity. Once upon a time, or perhaps always, a strange carnival appeared on earth. It did not announce itself with horns or banners. It announced itself with cities, with screens, with jobs, with progress. It told us it was civilization. It told us it was safety, and order, and greatness. But beneath its painted smile, the carnival had one purpose, one hunger, one truth. The carnival was built for the children. Not to protect them. Not to nurture them. But to consume them. At first, it was subtle. The adults were dazzled by the flashing lights, distracted by games of money, power, war, religion, entertainment. Every road was a hall of mirrors. Every choice, every so-called freedom, was just another corridor in the funhouse. Meanwhile, at the edges, the poorest communities were quietly funneled. The children born into the wrong places, the wrong bodies, the wrong castes, became the secret fuel. Society smiled, innovated, distracted. All while feeding the machine. Stage by stage, the carnival grew bolder. Stage 1, distraction perfected. Adults were so drained, so hypnotized, so dazzled, that they could no longer even see. Silence and nature were erased, replaced by noise, by screens, by obligation. Every life became another painted mask. Stage 2, total capture of children. No one was born free anymore. Every child was registered, processed, funneled. School was not freedom, it was sorting. Work was not destiny, it was distraction. Choice was only another corridor leading deeper into the maze. Stage 3, the facade begins to crack. The carnival's magic dimmed. The bright lights weren't as bright. The inventions weren't as dazzling. Some adults began to sense the mirrors were warped, but by then, they were too broken to leave. They preferred the lie. And the deeper the truth pressed in, the more viciously taboo it became. The one thing no one could ever speak, was the only thing that mattered. And then came the final act. Stage 4, the feeding frenzy. The masks dropped. The leaders, the elites, the ringmasters, no longer pretended. Children were no longer hidden when they were consumed, they were displayed, proudly, ritually, as the proof of power. By then, adults could not intervene. They were addicts, complicit, shadows of themselves. The carnival was the only world they knew, and so they cheered the spectacle that devoured them too. But lies are not eternal. Stage 5, collapse. The carnival was only ever a parasite. It could distract, it could dazzle, it could consume, but it could not create. It gave nothing back. And so it burned through its future. One by one, the children vanished, until there were no children left to take. The rides kept spinning. The lights kept flashing. But there was no laughter, no screams, no life. The ringmasters stood alone in their glittering ruins, surrounded by mirrors that no longer showed reflections, only emptiness. The carnival had eaten itself. And then, with no more fuel, it flickered, sputtered, and dissolved into silence. This was the end. But also, maybe, it was always the end. Because a machine built on lies cannot last. Because a parasite that consumes its future only starves itself. Because no carnival, no matter how loud or taboo, is stronger than truth. The mirrors crack. The lights go dark. And all that remains is the silence of nature, waiting to begin again. Performing arts. This was the Carnival of Humanity.